So one of the questions that I get asked a lot, especially like in podcasts and in different situations, is what has allowed you to really be able to create the things that you create, one chapter books, and to be able to speak on stage and be able to work from phone. What has allowed you to be able to do that? One of the big things, this is a mindset trick that you need to have. One of the big things is I stopped asking for permission to do things. I started just doing things. So what I mean by asking permission is before I would go to a coach and I would wait for the coach to tell me when I can do the next step and then the next step. Or I would take a course, and until I finished that course, then that course would tell me, okay, now you're ready to do the next step in whatever the dream was that I was doing. And because after a while, what would happen is, and it would happen too in the work life when I used to work for a company, is that they would let you get so high and they won't let you go any higher. You could get promoted to certain levels and then you can't get promoted any higher because there's somebody else in that spot that you want to take. So when I started to give myself permission, I started to say, you know what? I don't have to have anybody tell me I can write books. I can just start writing books. I don't have to tell anybody if I can or can't speak on stage. I can just start applying and going and speaking on stage. I don't have to wait for anybody to invite me to go to networking events. I can just go to networking events and meet people that I want to meet. When I started giving myself permission to achieve things, I also started giving myself permission to be successful. I started showing up being successful. I started showing up feeling successful because I gave myself permission to be successful. Where other people, they would wait for someone to tell them they're successful. I said, no, if I'm achieving these goals, these are the goals I set. And once I achieve those goals, for me, that's success because I've achieved those goals and I'm starting to make some money, because money is one of the things how we define success, but I also redefine success to fit how I see things. I give myself permission to redefine how I see success and how I measure success. And once I did that, then I could start to build up my success in the exact way that I envisioned it, because I gave myself permission to do that. Before I gave myself permission, I was holding myself back, waiting for someone to tell me, yes, it's time to go now. Yes, you can do this now. Yes, you can do that now. When I stopped and I just said, no, I'm doing it, and I went and started doing it, then people were like, wow, how are you able to do all of these things? How are you able to write so many books? And how are you able to speak on stage all the time? And how are you able to work from phone? It's because I gave myself permission. So that's what I want you to do now. I want you to work on giving yourself permission to do the things that you know that you want to do and that you know that you can do. Instead of waiting for someone to say, yes, now you're ready, just tell yourself you're ready. Give yourself that permission. That's the mindset that you have to have. That's a winning mindset. Without that mindset, you're always going to be limited in how far you can go, how high you can go, when you can do things. You need to give yourself permission. You need to give yourself permission right now, today, at this very moment. So go look in the mirror, give yourself permission to succeed, and start chasing your success. That's your mission for right at this moment. Thanks, and I'm going to give you some more video tips in the next video. Kind of messed that one up.